It's an extended cat connection here with Avery Mobley. He is the head trainer for Bobcat Athletics. Our cat connection, all brought to you by State Farm Insurance, Tyler Pashong Agency, mtownproud.com. All right, so Avery, we see you all over the place. How many sports are you in charge of?
I'm in charge of all Marshalltown High School sports. So, it's football, volleyball, girls swim and dive, boys cross country, girls cross country, both wrestling teams, both basketball teams, boys swimming, and then all tennis, all track, all soccer, and baseball and softball.
All right, so that's why I sometimes see you wearing the same thing that I saw you wearing the day before. You must not have much free time.
I definitely don't. I'm always busy.
Being able to work with all those different programs, I'm sure is a fun, unique experience. But no two sports are the same. I mean, I think ankles you're going to be worrying about more with basketball, than you are shoulders or elbows like you would be for baseball or softball. So how do you kind of manage that on your side, being able to adapt and think about the different sports and the different athletes and their needs?
I mean, I always got to be on my toes, ready to go, no matter what the injury. Like you said, ankle sprains are the most common injury. But your football, you got to worry about concussions and knees and arms and kind of everything. And other sports, it's a little more moderate, and you don't have to worry as much because you just get the common sprains here and there.
Obviously, everyone loves to see you when they don't have to come to you, and they love to see you when they do need you because you're out there to help. But that process, I'm sure, can be difficult. We saw Xavier Anderson injured earlier this year. I remember you were right there on the scene when Jackson Bowie got hurt a couple of years during the football season. So being able to go through the process from A to Z, seeing their injury and then the recovery, I'm sure has to be pretty rewarding. But how do you kind of work with those athletes to get them back into full speed?
I mean, I just work with them, and a lot of it is helping them mentally as well, because injuries, they take a big toll on you physically and mentally. So just telling them hey, you got this, and we can push through it. We can get you back out there and get you healthy again, and just kind of get that confidence installed back in them. And that's a big part of it. But just making sure that I'm there for them and I'm taking the right course of action to be like, okay, we're doing the right thing here. You know what? We might be pushing a little bit, so let's back off and let's go back to square one because of pain or, whatever it is.
Yeah. When do you kind of know, or is there kind of a guidance in your line of work to be able to know, okay, I can help this athlete, or I got to call in, paramedics, or, maybe you go get a consultation at a doctor, that kind of thing? Is there kind of training for you on that side?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that comes from all the schooling I did, but it's just kind of a sixth sense. Okay, I can handle this one, or you're like, you know what, let's go to the doctor and just get an x-ray, make sure that everything's still intact, and then we can kind of go from there.
Yeah. All right, so tell me a little bit about where are you from? Where'd you go to school at?
So I'm originally from Aztec, New Mexico. Graduated there in 2014, and then I went and played football and baseball down in Mount Pleasant at Iowa Wesleyan, and then I went to Iowa State to get my athletic training degree.
Awesome. And, of course, Marshalltown, just a short drive over. So how long have you been here with Marshalltown Schools? Because I've been calling games since 2019, and I know I've seen you since then.
I've actually only been here for 3 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
So short stint.
I think you need to work on my memory.
I can do that.
Being able to work with these athletes and get to know, build relationships, I'm sure not just with the athletes, but the families as well, too. Is that kind of a highlight for you in your career, too?
It is. I mean, meeting new people and just letting the families have trust in what I do. And, a lot of parents are like, hey, go see Avery first before we go to the doctor. And if he recommends it, then we definitely will. But, just building that trust between not even just families, but coaches as well, of hey, go see Avery. He will help.
Yeah. That's one thing that I think is the neat aspect is you'll always, some families have a couple kids, and so you may work with a brother and a sister, that kind of thing. But has there been any experience over your time here that's left kind of a lasting impression on you?
Just how this community is, it's a big family, and everybody has your back, and as long as you're doing the things correctly, then everybody's going to support you.
That's awesome. Well, hey, keep up the great work, and thanks for the time. And it kind of good to know your line of work, because we always see you everywhere.
Oh yeah, always.
And you're coaching too, right? You coached baseball last year.
Yeah, I did coach baseball last year and the year before. I think this year I'm going to kind of step away and just take a little bit of a breather.
Well, with knowing your schedule, I don't blame you whatsoever. So anyway, hey, thanks for the time. Best of luck rest of the season, and hopefully you don't have any too many. You're not too busy.
I hope so. It's been chaotic right now, but it's all right. We're managing.
That's good. Hey, that is an extended Cat Connection with Avery, trader for the Marshalltown Bobcats, and our Cat Connection all brought to you by State Farm, Tyler Prashong Agency, mtownproud.com.